Live streaming is on.
Very good. Welcome to Dev Call. Let's look at do you want to give updates? Anybody? A summary of developments.
Sorry, let me just give me my little summary. I make this two separate branch for the impact graph and make it deploy config and the SQL CI to deploy only to one server each. The develop branch deploys to a staging server, and the master branch deploys to the mainnet. That's the information.
One thing that comes to mind, thank you. I mean, one thing that comes to mind is, did we lock down the branch, the master already again? I think we did lock it against direct pushes. That's the only thing I will try now to do still.
It's gone. Like quick update and then gone, huh?
Yeah, and I could hear him, but there was the mute symbol on it. I don't know how he did it. Damn, he's good.
Is crazy.
Damn, he's
what's happening? He is really good. It's true. He's a very busy man. Off to save the world. One thing that pops up for me is I would love to not have a branch called staging pushing to staging on the DApp and a branch called develop pushing to staging on the impact graph. But I'm otherwise like super delighted that we have this now.
Oh, we wanted to have it in state. Oh yeah, he did develop. All right.
I'm sure it's not a big deal to change, right?
No,
probably,
it's not.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'll make a note here.
Amin is back.
Amin, great that you're back. Can you change from develop to staging so we are consistent in our branches? Amin. I have three Amins. I didn't see you there. I'll kick the others.
Ashley is one of them.
Oh, be careful then. All right. So please change the branch. You have a dangerous life, Ashley, with an A in this chat. Cool. So other updates, James. You did quite a lot of things.
Yeah, we did many things this couple of days. I am having trouble remembering what are those specific details, but I guess we can check it out in the Zen Hub.
Yeah, I mean, I can give a quick overall summary. I think at this point, like, we are down to minor bugs that were found during testing yesterday, and we have one bigger issue that we need to resolve before we can go live with an MVP, and that is the user profile thing. We can discuss that, I guess. In general, like, I'm kind of like doing some work around the login authentication because I'm really not happy with this kind of like spinning situation that we keep having with testers and things like this. Like, I feel like we're not recovering gracefully from errors. Like, so I'm kind of like doing an assessment of like how we're using Taurus. Like, are we using it in a nice way? I want to make sure, I want to try and simulate like expired tokens and things like this. And I want to catch all of these errors, and I want to like do what needs to be done, basically. So I'm kind of doing like a deeper dive, like refactoring kind of a mission, like that's kind of, it's connected to two different issues in GitHub that were reported around spinners and stuff like this. So that's kind of what's on my plate. Otherwise, I also sneakily integrated like the ramp.network fiat on-ramp as a test, just to see how easy that would be. And I managed that in about 5 minutes. So I have a secret plan to create a secret page on staging and put it in front of everybody to click on and be amazed and try and get support to include that in the MVP, basically. Otherwise, yeah, that's it from me. We can go through the issues. Or if there's anything else, I don't know. Sorry. I mean, what I mean is like I have nothing else to say.
Cool.
In a general way.
Thank you. That's pretty awesome. Wait a second. Example grace for recovering. So about that fiat thing, just I like the surprise component. Just keep in mind there might be legal stuff, so you might not be that surprisey. If you hide the page, that's probably okay. But what provider did you mention that, or
Ramp.network, basically.
Ramp.network?
I expect that they are responsible for any legal stuff, essentially. And I think like in order to make an effective decision on this, like the only way we can really do it is to actually have it somewhat semi-integrated at least. Like the way I did it was just like click a button and it opens up a modal with their widget thing or whatever like that. And I think we should each be able to do that and look at it, and then we should try and figure out how it would fit into our flow, like if, and then we can make a decision, right? Of course, legal is a great point. But yeah, I mean, so far it's like super low investment in terms of the time I've put into this, right? So it's kind of just playing a little bit and like seeing how low hanging this fruit is before putting it to the rest of the community, basically.
Okay, cool. What do others think? Is this a good approach? You have my blessing. It seems like it's on the roadmap. It's even hard if we launch without any fiat integration. It will be hard with the docs. Like we mentioned at so many points that we accept fiat, and we now have like the star that says, well, when it's ready. Yeah. And that would make communication much better and clearer.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it.
One potential complication that comes out of this is that with ramp.network, we can on-ramp onto XDAI or we can on-ramp onto mainnet. And that's when we start thinking about this, that introduces some complexity in terms of like, how might we want to do this, right? Like, I don't know if we've even made a clear decision on where we would launch our token, and that's certainly not on the MVP roadmap, right? So it does start to ask some questions a little bit. So that's the only complications I can imagine at this time, but yeah, we can worry about that later.
It will be very hard to test for Mateo without a VPN, it seems.
Yeah, they don't have for Colombia.
Half the world is like grayed out. That's an interesting thing. I'm like the typical things, like half of Africa is missing, Southeast Asia, the Middle East. Yeah. So many regions that could benefit from Giveth are not like supported. I'm just saying that but at least it would be kind of like we would be fulfilling our promises with functionality.
Yeah.
This is the
side. I mean, we should definitely keep our focus on getting a launchable MVP, right? Like, I mean,
sure.
It's just a nice to have, and like if it works in some places, then it's just a cherry on the cake, I guess.
Of course, that's what I think too. Also, like where it's really hard for ramp, I hope people. I guess it's even harder in those places to deal with crypto, but that's one of the reasons why we do this with Ethereum and not bank accounts. All right. So let's dive into issues. There's a lot. We did not really move anything out of done, I saw. So I don't know how to do this. Maybe I should do it after the call just to get this column a bit. Let's collapse this one. Just to have this
I mean, from my mind, just to be clear, like the done column, we move things from done to closed when we copy them live onto Giveth.io, right? Or onto V2 or something, which we haven't really done yet, have we?
Every couple of days. No, I didn't merge for a long time. because I wanted to make sure that the backend changes are also there. I'm not sure you added some env variables, for example. I'm not sure they are added to the mainnet deployment as well. So I wanted to talk to you about that. Like
Well,
the
the
really,
mainnet deployment,
yeah,
sorry.
the mainnet backend for Impact Graph.
That should come from master anyway, right? Which if we have set up a deploy, then I can only imagine it took master.
Yes, but I'm talking about just the little things like the env should be. We need all variables there. You might have added them only on serve. You did it.
Sorry, you mean the env variables? Yes. I don't have access to the live server, or at
You
least
do.
do I?
It-
Okay, I don't know how to connect to
Same?
that.
Yeah, okay. It's the same as serve.giveth.io, just
Yep.
prepend mainnet. It's mainnet.serve.giveth.io, and it's all the same password. Really good security.
Mainnet.serve.giveth.
.io, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing that.
It has your key. I'm not sure it's there, but it should be there. Yeah, your key should be there.
Cool.
All right, let's look at. I almost don't have to filter anymore. Really good work, guys. Really,
Yeah.
really good work. A lot has been cleared.
So I've moved also all of the new issues from, I went through the list of new issues and I either put them into Icebox or I put the correct milestone on them and put them in the backlog.
The Icebox might be a good thing to visit very soon and fast follow. It's really crammed with stuff. And we should definitely delete the things we never intend to do here.
Yeah. Also the stuff that I think is like in the near future, I put in the top of the Icebox, and things that I think are like further future, I put lower down in the Icebox. I think this is a good strategy.
Okay. So you said the ones with higher priority are up, and the ones
Yeah, I think this is the intention of how to use ZenHub. I think is that like the ones at the top of the column should be done first. Like this is kind of how they expect, well, how they suggest you may want to use it, or we may want to use it.
It would be great to fill out, like in our issues we don't really use estimates, and
I do.
oh, nice. But so sorry, I would like to make it a rule for us to, if we create an issue, not forget to put an estimate, because that would be the same, right? Like if we could filter per estimate, and then it would give us a ascending or descending complexity scale for issues.
And we can get the burn down in ZenHub. Like
as a measure of complexity or necessity to be solved?
it's a measure of complexity. Like I think normally this is coming from the sprint kind of methodology, like where a one normally represents, like normally as a team, we would sit down together and we would take an example. So we would say like changing the color of a heading or something, like something that's really small and really simple. And we would agree on what that small and simple thing is. And we say, okay, that's a one. And then we agree together what a one is. And then the measure of the size, we then use this as a measure of size. So this is kind of like our fungible token or something, like, because we can easily judge if something is twice as big a piece of work, or we can easily judge if something is 3 times as big or 5 times as big. As human beings, like we're far more effective at estimating relative to something else rather than estimating in time. So that's kind of like the idea, and it goes up in the golden ratio or whatever. So we haven't really agreed like with each other what a one should be, but that's something we can do or we can think about. So a one is like the simplest change you can imagine. I don't know if you guys have some good examples of what you think a one could be.
You made a very good example right there with changing like one easy CSS variable or some HTML or something like this. Whereas writing a function is maybe 4. In between could be like styling more crazy elements or advanced styling or
Yeah, and my fear is that like we should choose the one carefully, because I think I made a bad example. I think changing the color is probably a little bit too small. Like I think a 1 is probably, it will be more helpful to us for a 1 to be something a little bit more complicated. So like I don't know, like maybe a 1 could be, yeah, I don't know, like adding a button or something like this, maybe,
Right.
or like
We
I
do
don't
have
know.
15 levels, right? So 1 could be very simple. Like 1, I think, should be a change that somebody of the Costa Rica team could do directly on GitHub without even cloning the project. That would be 1 for me,
Okay.
I guess. But like we're digressing a bit. We can. It's a good thing to keep this in mind.
Let's have a
and
think about it.
Let me try to come up with a suggestion for Sunday.
I think we can all think about suggestions. Like, I mean, everyone think about what they think is a good measure for us to use.
Mm-hmm.
And also think about the design as well. How that incorporates into those measures.
Cool. Okay.
Obviously, you're gonna need the support for that. So.
We can.
I got you thinking.
Yeah, look at me thinking.
Smoke coming out of my ears.
We can, because we can only give one estimate, right? So it would be the code complexity. And what do you mean design complexity? You're a god and nothing is too crazy for you. There's only an estimate of 1 for you. For every.
Got it. Yeah, that's cool.
That
No,
makes sense.
I'm just gonna align with your estimate. That's fine. It works.
Yeah. We can call our units of estimation Marcos. 3 Marcos.
Wow, that's pretty good, actually. That's 5 Marcos.
I love it.
There was one thing where we really need your help. I'm sure it has no design need, and that was the account thing, right? I think we would like something from Marco.
Yeah.
I have a bit of a hard
issue. It's the big one. I have it. I already have it in my personal board somewhere. Hold on a second.
There it is. All right.
You found it? Okay.
So, oh, wow. There's even, it goes up to 40.
40 Marcos. Amazing.
How complex is this?
This goes to 40?
Let's give it 8 Marcos. Oh,
yeah, I think it's super easy after we really discuss this further and decide on the user flow and then what approach we're gonna take. So that then after that, it's easy for me in that sense. But definitely needs more feedback from you guys and what are the implications? What do we want to show? What is the long term, short term, and stuff like that. So after we discuss that, whether we do it now on a call or I don't know, go ahead.
Yeah, no, let's pick that up right now. We talked about it last time, and we said there were even more people on the call, and we said that it's all nice. We have kind of the long-term vision is to have cool profiles, maybe even with 3 box, but that is all coming maybe even a longer time after the soft launch. And what we need first is something very simple based on the My Account page.
Can you scroll down a little bit? I did update this issue and added those subtasks and added a couple of screenshots, which is just for starters.
Great.
Yeah.
I like this model very much.
So I had a little bit of thinking about this, and the way I see this is that we will need to have some kind of URL like giveth.io/profile/Marco in this case. And then we can mostly reuse what is done already under my account, probably minus the menus on the left. If you scroll up just a little, the my projects and things like this. Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I like what you did here. It seems like we could probably just refactor which we need to do anyway, do some refactoring on the My Account page to isolate these components and then just reuse them on a slash profile slash, you know, some kind of username, or we could even do like wallet address in the URL. I don't know, something like this. So I think that's the
James,
easiest.
yeah. So just to better understand, so what you're saying, you want to isolate the profile verification, and you want to frame that for the user. So when they click on okay, verify my profile or complete my profile. Actually, they're actually redirected to a page where they can do just that and nothing else.
Sorry, no.
What you're saying?
Sorry, no. What I'm talking about is the sort of like public profile page, because ultimately, like if I come to Giveth and I see a project and I want to know who these people are, then we don't like, there needs to be a page that as a public user, as a donor, I can see, right? So there's an extra page involved essentially, and that's what I was referring to. But you're right, like we need also to have this kind of like this bar, maybe as you say there, with the complete profile that I guess is a pop-up, which is I think what you were saying, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with what you have there, to be honest. I mean, I think that's probably the easiest.
Got it. Well, there are a couple of open questions there, like do we want to ask for, like, is the location mandatory or just the first name and the last name? The email address is coming from tourists already, so there won't be a user without an email address, I guess, right? And then also like the website or URL could be any social profile basically. So is that mandatory to complete? Like, are these 3 fields here mandatory for the profile to be verified?
All of that information is handled by Torus, and they can change it over the settings in there. So I believe that what is really important is to save the social networks or something that would work as accountability for the user. So there is another name, like who's this guy, if he has Twitter or a website or something else. So maybe we can focus on external links or something like a cool description of himself, or something that is like a proof of humanity or something like that, if you want to call it. Because all of this information is already gathered from those.
To answer the specific question about the location, I think that's the first one we really don't need. Let me quickly pull up this here. I think this should be the, oh, great. See, I never leave XDAI. Huh, interesting, huh? Yes. All right. For the email, that's an interesting notion that it comes from. So we should really talk about this. Maybe make it optional to hide it, but then yeah, email is a bit scary, because email for me means, well, I can harvest email lists. You know, I can put this person on whatever spam list.
Yeah, we should hide it.
Maybe have like, we could have a field for like preferred contact, like contact me here, and people can do whatever they choose. They can put an email there, a Twitter handle. I don't know.
Can we take a step back quickly, like, and just like, and say like, okay, like what are we trying to determine here? Like, what is the minimum viable identity that we as Giveth require for us to list a project on the website? Is it? I think email is not helpful as such. I would say, like, I would argue anyway that like social media provides credibility, but email address not necessarily, or something, right? So if that's what we're trying to determine, then I guess we want to reach a consensus on that. Like for me, I would propose like at least one social media thing, you know, like Twitter or GitHub, but I don't know how actually credible that is, to be honest.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like we don't prove that. For me, it's just like a good profile picture, whatever that they upload, and social media profile, like just for starters. Until we, figure out the whole profile later on, or we might even upgrade it or not. It doesn't matter, But just to have something on a public profile, I think profile picture, and a social media profile. Could be Twitter, could be GitHub, whatever you have. Could be even just be a website or private personal
Right.
website.
So the
Doesn't matter.
purpose is to give the project owner the opportunity to create credibility for themselves with people
Yeah.
who would donate.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not for us to like validate like some kind of KYC thing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really like how we did it in beta. Like if you look here, we don't say we need your website. We say your profile, and then this provide a link to some more info about you. This will help to build trust. And this is very. I think it's nice to be general and let people decide.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna copy paste the caption text for this one. So yeah, your profile. That's cool.
All right. So whenever you need, oh, nice, cool. Thank you for filling in comments here. The FAQ. So I've been talking to some people from the Costa Rica team about working on the FAQ, working on the wiki, working on the docs. They should be all set up. This would be one of the things. Probably give them until Sunday to pull this in, and then have a first version. Forrest, can you tell me, is that like, what's the progress here? Because I saw that you were also discussing tools, and is everything okay for compiling an FAQ, or how should we do this, you think?
This is something that Ashley and Mitch are working on. I think they were messaging about it in Discord this morning, but I don't have an update. But I think this is being worked on. Ashley put it into HackMD, so it's being collaboratively worked on at the moment.
That's very good. I think we should find someone, like I said it last time, didn't get an answer. Maybe I should write it in chat. I don't know. I think somebody should take Dani's spot on the Contentful. I'm pretty sure she's happy to get rid of it. And we should give it to somebody who really wants to extract text from docs and go, hey, Mitch, there you are. Do you want to be the person?
It was getting a bit crazy over here.
Huh? Yes. What? Can I help you, Mitch? It looks awesome. Did you hear what we just said?
I just joined, so no.
Okay. That's cool. So hi, Mitch. Glad to have you.
Hi.
I wish I could take that walk with you. Yeah, so Forrest, you heard me, so maybe you can I don't know if you guys meet for dinner or whatever, but you could think of, I'm looking for one person to relieve Dani of her role of putting stuff into our Contentful system, the CMS system, because she was not using it very much, and I think it could be a great role for somebody who has capacity. In the end, I did it always, so, and I'm still able to do it, but maybe somebody wants to help this way.
Okay, I'll get back to you on that. I've never used Contentful yet before, so I need to dig around and see, what that's all about. I'm super familiar with Google Docs, but I will ping you after this.
Yeah, Lauren, Ashley, Tommy, Mitch saw that yesterday. I showed them, and of course, whoever takes this on will get an introduction from me. And it's basically as simple as copy pasting text and clicking a few buttons, but just be very diligent and thoughtful of the buttons you click. That's all. But it's not hard by any means. All right.
Okay.
Cool. So this is an epic. You fixed this. Yeah. Oh, huh? Why is it not closed? Did
I
not.
fixed it yesterday. Did you check it out?
Yes. Huh. So it did not. Crazy. Yeah, I merged that. I know. So here it is. In order to do that, yeah. So 360 for sure it got automatically. I think you really have to do fixes, hashtag 360, fixes, hashtag 323, for them to automatically collapse.
Sad. Pero bueno.
Not collapse, be closed, issues. Zenhub, all right. It's all so much faster. It's nice. Oh, that looks interesting. Is that a hard refactor?
So basically, this is depreciated. I updated it. I think, Matteo, did that go live in your branch?
Yeah.
Or that went to staging, so that could be closed, yeah.
Okay.
And it didn't break, so it's fine.
You reviewed it? Okay. So let's close it. That's a good one. This
I'm working on this. I'm working on this.
Okay. You are assigned. Good. I think we'll get these quite for some time. I think that's what you were talking about, James, right? When you said you want to have more, you said you want less spinning and more graceful error handling.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm working on this. These two issues are, these two issues are my ticket to fix this, to make that better.
Should I put it in the milestone, huh?
Yep. Final MVP. Yeah.
Final MVP. And also this one.
Yep.
They all should have this. Yeah. So for this, I don't know. Like, right, it has the milestone fast follow. I also put this to final MVP. It's technically not 100% correct because we will, the fast follow was there because we said we wanted more features. The features that like 3box will come after fast follow, I would even say. Why is this still here? Oh.
Marco opened it today and mentioned this design, but I didn't understand the last part. Marco, can you explain it, please?
Yeah, so sorry, I just I updated this before our call. Yeah, I was in the ZenHub and I noticed when you like ZenHub had this thing when you can click on give feedback and it actually opens this pop-up here. So I was wondering if we could reuse that like from them, so that like when someone from our website clicks give feedback, it opens ZenHub right away and with this pop-up like default from ZenHub.
But
and whether that's even feasible.
That is for ZenHub.
Yeah, it is for ZenHub, but I was wondering like if they offer that for whatever projects or.
It's a very good idea if we put any, but this is crazy, man. Because what we would need to do is like work with.
I know. I'm complicating stuff. I know. Sorry, but it doesn't have to be. It's not mandatory. It was just a proposal and looking for a feedback.
I really like the idea. I think what we should do for MVP still is have this in the meantime, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, GitHub might be a bit frightening for users. I don't know. Should we put that in MVP still, or do we mark it as fast follow? Because it is nice to have.
It's definitely nice to have. Very nice to have.
Okay, so let's do it in fast follow.
but we should keep anyway the GitHub issue pop up for our early testing because it's been really useful, I think.
Yeah. So the one that we currently have, report an issue. I mean, that's fine. We can leave that one. Or Matteo, you can just switch with this one that I created, designed for. It's basically the same. It does the same thing. And then fast follow can be exploration on how we can utilize ZenHub, submit an idea, pop-up kind of thing that I proposed here.
Sure.
Yeah,
We are
okay.
sorry, Marco. We did it on our own. He did it on his own. I like this. This is good to go. Yeah, you're right. So Marco really wants to work. We should never try to do his work for him, right? That would be good. All right, there is the new one that we just talked about. Thank you, James. By the way, also thank you for like this. This ZenHub board looks so much better now. It's improved a lot since you got back into the pudding big time. Very nice. Matteo, I could take care of this if you have too much on your plate.
Yeah, do it, please.
Cool.
Because I've been stacking it for so long now.
Yes. Because I finished the darn terms of service.
Great.
Yeah. And because Willy's output is HTML, I just like really copied the text in here. And if we want to generate it again, like so now manual changes, but I think that's okay for terms of service. I don't even know when they change. Maybe somebody with or everyone with a hand for legalese should look at this. I found a few placeholders still, so I'm not sure if I should close the ticket after being ready because there seems to be placeholders, at least here. All payments shall be in, and I guess that's US dollars, but I don't like that, man. Should be ETH. And we did not give a phone number, which is also nice, but I don't know how feasible it is to have terms of service with like a number missing. I don't have an American number. Maybe we can use a landline or something. Well, there must be a landline at this address, no? That's our like the SDG Impact Fund landline, I guess. Well.
I have a burner phone number if you want.
That's
I was
totally.
just gonna say it should be a burner number. I'm watching Better Call Saul at the moment. It's all about the burner phones.
Yeah.
Great show. I would even like Burning Man phones, like whatever, like you speak into this cup with a rope attached.
That's not a cup. That's a toilet roll holder. Anyway.
No, but seriously, do you want my phone number for this? Do you need a phone number for that?
No, we should find. So I think we will just put this in fast follow to look at this stuff. I just don't know anything about American, laws and what you need here. Yeah, any landline would be fine.
Hello, Papa.
Hello, Maya.
Good morning.
She just said good morning to me. All right. Arbeiten. Ja? Ja.
Musik hören.
Nein, jetzt können wir nicht Musik hören. Da kannst du Hallo sagen. Sag Hallo.
Hello.
We have 15 minutes to go. I'm a bit distracted. Let's see.
Have we gone through all of GitHub now?
Sorry, what?
We've gone through all of the issues now?
No, I just wanted to see if there is anything that was like falling through the cracks. We should look at unassigned stuff.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, in general, like according to the roadmap, we should be like doing a quiet live launch on Monday. I feel like we're still on schedule for that. Like everything that's in the backlog is for the MVP, and it looks very reasonable, basically. The only big piece is this profile page, really. So I'm pretty happy about that.
All right, then it is exactly the issue I have open. I will put this here. So plan for what is the actual date of Sunday? The 24th. All right. There is more launch preparation. Oh, this is a good one, probably. You know what? Like, this is not the soft launch. Here it is, quiet pre-launch. But the quiet pre-launch for me is already the move to Giveth.io, right?
Yeah, for me, yes, exactly. So it's kind of like us preparing like all of our pipelines and, you know, copy live flows, etc., to be ready, and anything else that needs to be done, right? Like ahead of time. So I would say in terms of this, we could add there the automatic backups of our database, right? Like that could be a good epic to put it under also. Personally,
make an issue for that.
Yeah, we can make that.
Cannot find it now. Just wait a second, I'll try to. I can't find it now. It was an impact graph thing.
There's a GraphQL ticket under backlog, the second from the top, but that is for something else, I would say. So I didn't actually see a ticket for backing up the database. Did you create it? You were going to create it last time, Kai, I believe.
I did it. Maybe I forgot to hit OK. No, it should actually be here. Crazy. Okay. So you made an issue. That's fine. I guess.
I didn't. I thought you did, but I mean, I can make one now. But in general, like, I don't really like the epics being in the swim lanes. Like, is there a way we can get them out of there, or is everyone else happy with them there, like this?
What do you mean, like that they are not here?
Yeah, I like having issues in the swim lanes. I find epics a bit distracting. I look, hide epics. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I can do it myself then. Very nice.
Oh, of course, whatever you need, sir.
I have a question. Maybe a suggestion, or I'm not sure, but let's discuss it. It happened yesterday that I was working in many issues and I was solving them and such, but I didn't want to move them to the staging column as they were not in the staging. So, but they were technically done. So I didn't want, for example, James to pick it up or make the confusion that it's not done yet. So should we add another column for that, or is that still too much? Or I just move it to staging even though it's not there yet?
I would say like if it's in progress and it has your name on it, then I wouldn't really pick it up, right?
Okay, so I will leave it there until it's in staging.
I mean, you can even add a comment on the bottom also, or I don't know. Like I would say like let's resist the temptation to create more columns until it feels like we really have to. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we need it.
What we can do is if you specify the issues with the pull request, don't merge it yourself, but like rather tag me for a review. If you feel like you did like crazy complex stuff, tag James as well, or I will tag him if I feel like I don't understand the code, and then you basically have that. Then I review. It's not represented in the SendHub, but I will know that these issues should be fixed, which is good anyway. It's very good to see a PR and know what should be fixed in a PR. And then I think after, then I merge the pull request, and then it basically is in staging, and I can move it to user testing. Just we have to be careful that you should only have fixes, hashtag, issue number for stuff you want to close. If you want user testing, you just mention the issue. Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Great.
All right. Sorry, this is also, so this is for me, but this is also something like I was hoping the Costa Rica team could really look at. Like there is so much that goes into a launch, and this is not the soft launch I'm talking about. This is after the few weeks after the soft launch, after Sunday, we would need what we said. A blog post. There is one prepared by Magenta. It could use a little love still, but this is all writing. Set up some tweets, blog posts. Actually, not much, I think we have to do. And I'm not an expert on these like public launches because we have more phases than one. I don't know, maybe get.
Yeah, I mean, this is why last week I was kind of like poking in the marketing channel, right? Like I don't really have an understanding of like does anybody own this? Like, is there a plan? Is this being worked on? Like, it seems to me like there's probably a load of stuff that needs to be done, right? Like not just for launch, but after launch also. But yeah, I mean, my impression is that like someone is on this, but I'm really not sure who or what, right? So I think the agreement was to use the Giveth planning repository to plan these tasks, and so I pulled that in underneath our workspace. So hopefully we can begin to like see more clearly like what the plan is and who's on this, if anybody, basically. But yeah, I mean, that's something that really should be clear, or at least getting clearer now.
Right? I feel this like you're here, Forrest, and you're such a good communicator. So would you like to help us on this, or like take it on as an issue?
Yeah, so I don't have the background to be able to write about these things myself, but I can help to make sure that these things get assigned and that, you know, we're moving a plan along to make sure that marketing tasks are being considered. But as far as being able to write content myself around these topics, I don't feel confident enough doing that.
That's cool. I think this is still more about strategy than so like types of content and when, and like maybe rough what should be inside, and for the actual information we can do, like we should take turns writing stuff, or have open documents in the chat, and ask who wants to take it, and somebody has to take it. I'm for sure down to write like a couple.
Okay.
I would suggest. Can I make a suggestion? Like, I think it might be useful to put a post somewhere in marketing or otherwise saying like we want to do a brainstorm to figure out what it is we should do for launch. If anybody is interested in taking part in this, we're doing a call, and then even if it's just half an hour call, right? And like really just brainstorm like, what should a launch consist of? If we don't know, how do we find out? And like do it like that, start at the top. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely an organizational thing in the short term that needs to happen to make this happen, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kai, you can assign this issue to me.
I'd like to see a couple posts, like what kind of stuff you guys want written down or how you want the content written. And then I would feel comfortable at least writing content and contributing to that. But then as far as like posting things to social media, I don't think I have the knowledge or the interest in that department.
Great.
You are on our GitHub team, Tommy, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. Because I could not assign
I'm similar
you.
with Mitch on this. I can help with writing and kind of brainstorming, but I'm not really interested in doing any of the posting.
All right.
And I can join that brainstorming call as well.
I thought so. It was Mitch saying that before. Sorry, I thought it was Tommy who said that. Okay. So we can all I like the suggestion. We can gladly have a call. I'm down for it. Yeah, like I said, Forrest, the biggest one for now is keeping the parks moving and have a strategy for it, and that's general. And I'm pretty sure you can help greatly there. And if you need any info, we are there as well. Put our heads.
I
So
just heard you breaking up quite a bit. Could you repeat?
No, I thought I just said it's cool. So between the three of you, so Mitch and maybe Tommy said they could write content, and it would be great if you could do the planning. We can always have that call that James just suggested, where we look together at the launch and divvy up the work.
Yeah, I mean it could even be right, like that we don't really have the experience or like the knowledge on how to do this, right? Like, I mean, or that we're not creative minded enough or something. And it could be that we need to like find someone to help us do that also, right? Like, I think like the first thing we need to do is like really quite high level. Like, it's somehow organizational. It's somehow like, how do we ignite this? Like, because there should be a lot of energy around this, in my opinion, if we really want to make this launch as good as it could be, right? So, I mean, we can all think about that after the call also, but I think at least to put some kind of like flag in the stand of like a call, potentially with a document, with an agenda that we can all add to, like during the week, like we can just think about it as we go, like what could make this happen. I think like it would be great if the developers could focus on developing and someone else would own this and drive this forward, right? I think like that would be important. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Thank you, James. Yeah, I think the developers have too much work already, so that's why we would happily give this. And also, like, how the deeper you get involved, the easier it gets later. So if you plan around to stay, this is a good thing to even get like into the whole thing. It will be much smoother sailing. Like, I'm talking to like all who want to contribute to the documentation also. All right, we are almost at the full hour. Is there anything we like? Are these look like little bugs? Noted for next deploy. Oh, it's a good one. You volunteered, Matteo.
Yeah, what I'll be working is checking all of that is in the backlog and assign myself whatever I'll be working on it. The idea is to clean up everything for this Monday or before.
Okay.
They're not completely essential, everyone, but I also I want to focus on the link of the profile for the user that created the project. So I'm going to set everything up in the front end, and maybe James later on can help me build a query over the impact graph to grab the information of the user if it's not already there. I'm not sure if it's already done.
Yeah. I think it would be great if you could do the profile, Matteo, and like even if you want to start with that, like the smaller things I can do, or you know, I think like you would be the best person for this basically because you know the UI stuff and you can move it around. And maybe you want to be the one that refactors the account anyway. And yeah, me and Kai can pick up the small bits and pieces.
Yep.
I will focus on the authentication and the login session, as I said, and then move on to the smaller bugs. And I think we're looking good to be ready real soon.
Yeah, I agree.
Great. This one, I put this to like, I mentioned UI, UX. I'm not sure if I should do design needed. this is an interesting thing where it's just about clarification for the user, because Mitch, assuming that he could use a different wallet. Sorry.
Yeah, I had a look at that. Sorry, I left a comment on it. Like, I think Mitch's feedback is super good, and I think it's a super quick fix just to say like to differentiate and say my Taurus settings, and we should just do that. That should be a pretty quick fix. And I think that for me, this is a good candidate for a Marco, in terms of measurements.
All right.
But
if it's
Taurus settings, or what do you think should be the best label for that?
UX, because this is everything that's for the user not clear for me is UX.
No. I mean the labeling of the settings over the.
What do you call it? Like wallet settings, or
Taurus settings?
Is it wallet settings? Is Taurus a wallet?
Yeah.
Well then,
no,
yeah.
It's a wallet provider.
Wallet provider.
So it would be better if we name it Taurus settings.
Yeah, and then eventually, like, if you did it with MetaMask, it would show up as MetaMask settings, or is there a way to do that?
Not yet.
Is it? Sorry, that's an external link, right? So when you click on settings, it just opens Taurus. So we can just add an icon that is the external link icon, so that's a like indicator for user that he's going to be redirected to another page.
Okay.
So, Marco, do you think that we should care whether it's a Taurus wallet or a MetaMask wallet?
No, because later on it could be any kind of wallet, and then we need to dynamically change the name of the wallet in the setting.
Okay.
So it's just settings. I mean, we can just write wallet settings instead of settings, and that's all.
I think wallet settings is a good label.
We could also call it my wallet.
I take it back what I said. Yeah, wallet settings sounds good.
Because we have my account and my projects.
Could be my wallet. Yeah, that makes sense as well, because it actually redirects to your wallet. So it could be my wallet.
Okay, I agree. Me too.
Do you want to do that, James, or should I handle
it? Yeah, anyone who wants to do it. I don't have a strong opinion on it. Like, I'm kind of like deep with the open body in front of me with this authentication stuff. So I don't know. Maybe Kyle wants to do it already.
I will do it. That's okay.
All right.
And you have the external link icon in my account page. You can grab it from there.
Yeah, we use it at multiple points. Is it the same? Is there consistency, right, in the footer?
Yeah, it's the same.
All right. This one.
Kai, when you make the change.
Yep. I sent myself.
Kai, when you make the change, I guess you're aware of this, but there's a component for link and there's a component for external link, and we should use the external link for external links. And that just leads me to a comment I would love to make. I made this yesterday to Matteo. Like, I'm trying to remove warnings as I go. Like, it would be great if we can do this. Like, it's especially the ones that are really bother me the most are the ones that are in the developer console in the browser. It makes it really hard to like debug stuff when you have all that shit in there. So if we could all it can be a real rabbit hole, but if it's easy, it would be great if we can all start doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just I had this one session where I cleared a lot of warnings, and I even tried to clear the warnings with the dependency arrays, and after an hour, nothing worked anymore. So I had to step, and it was really crazy. I'm very glad that I didn't break the application at that point, because I almost pushed it because it looked fine at first.
Yeah.
So that's the one error I can't fix. There is a lot of stuff that is formatting. Like we observed, standard JS seems to have a problem with ternary operators if they are really huge. Like, it doesn't like them on multi-line. But yeah, you're right. So
No, I totally agree with you. And like, I mean, I spent like 40 minutes last night staring into trying to fix one warning that I still didn't fix, like on the homepage or something that is from some dependency of a dependency of a dependency that doesn't like some prop that's passed into it from whatever, you know. And like maybe it should just be a separate task for these kind of things, like for one person to just go in and say, right, okay, this is it, I'm doing this, right? Like, and that way, yeah, maybe that's better. But I mean, we should at least definitely take care not to introduce any more of these warnings, right?
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. For now, let's be very diligent and not introduce any new ones. And let's put this in fast follow or like preparing the real release to get in and fix some errors. I can do some fixing there. Just with the use effect, I don't know how to fix that. I tried by passing an empty array or like by adding it up, but that's I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you're right. Like let's focus on the other stuff first. I mean,
I think we can end this. Let me just see. Well, looks like an easy fix. Let's just sit this here. It's not really important. Last one. Weird square. That's only you, Tommy. No, it's cool. It's because of the issue.
That's
aspect ratio.
so it's really stretched, and so the decision was to move the icons to the side, and yeah, that would be it. I just have to make it more responsive.
It's okay. I'll do it. All right.
cool. Nice, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. See you soon, Sunday, I guess. Later.
Yeah, catch you guys Sunday.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.
Peace. Ciao.